This recipe for Dubai chocolate is very easy to make at home. Let's start by weighing our chocolate. We're using half dark and half milk for this recipe. So this is an optional step that gives a nice wow factor. Adds some of that edible glitter or metallic dust, if you will. Make sure it's edible. These come in like 20 to 30 different shades. You could use a makeup brush or a rouge brush to help really get that in there. You want to do it first before you do your white chocolate or colored drizzles. What it says in the recipe, to make sure that you use either oil-based color or a powdered color. If you use gel-based, it's going to seize up and you're going to have a clump of white chocolate goo. So let's get our double boiler going here. Bring it up to a boil, then down to a simmer. Add our chocolate on top. Make sure it's a good fit of a bowl. You don't want a bowl that's for omelets, it'll fall right in and you'll look. So let that heat up a little bit. Make sure you have a dry towel or a pot holder to help you, because that will get hot. So make sure that you're wearing either a mitt or you have a dry sound towel to protect your hand. I don't want no boo-boos. I'm running out of burn gel here, people. Okay, so we want to melt it to at least 100 degrees, 110 to get that nice and pourable. So now we pull these out of the freezer. And now we're going to use a pastry brush to gently spread our first layer of chocolate. And you want to go up the sides of the mold. The reason we do this is because that when you go back with the filling, it helps to create a seal at the end when you do that final layer on top. That will be the bottom of the bar, so you have a nice cohesive seal. So scrape the excess carefully. This is a spackle knife here, but you could use anything that you prefer. So right now we'll get our Kataifi. Make sure it's defrosted. Like your 1/4 inch pieces, so it'll toast up easily and nicely when you add it to the melted butter. Okay, get our heat on, pan on. Let's start melting some of that salted butter. It's about 1 stick, 1/4 of a cup. Add the pistachios if you want for extra crunch, then Kataifi goes in. Now the key to getting a nice crunchy Kataifi is to just let it cook low and slow. Okay, remember, don't burn your stuff. Just fold and fold it over and swirl it and fold it in and over. Let that butter really get into that Kataifi. Let it really soak it up so it gets nice and caramelized. Add some more pistachios if you want for crunch. I know the recipe says about a 1/2 cup, but you could go a little more. So we got our pistachio creams or butters. This recipe calls for about 7 to 8 ounces. 1 jar like that is about 7 or 6.78 ounces to be oddly specific. So it's a little thick, so if you want to put it in the microwave, adding a little of the butter as well. You can add tahini, but I don't really like tahini in this recipe. I mean, I love tahini personally, but not in this recipe. This is mine's recipe. It's mine's. All right, look how nice and cohesively toasted that is. So give it a taste. It should be separated. Shouldn't be a glop. Not soggy. Good, man.
Bruh.
All right, now that we've taken it out of the freezer again, like I said in the recipe, you could go back and, quote, paint the walls up a little bit again, just to reinforce them. And you're gonna go in with your little offset spatula and fill it in, okay? Be careful not to press down hard, because you don't want to break the bottom of the chocolate that's in the mold. And then all that work, all that beautiful metallic design that you brushed on, all that drizzle, that final reveal is gonna look like dookie. All right, so make sure you're not pushing too hard. Use the edge of the offset spatula. Then go back in with your tempered chocolate. Like I said, should be about 110 degrees. If you find that it's getting solid, just put it back on the double boiler for a little bit, just very low and slow. Again, like I always say, watch your heat. Go low and slow, be careful, don't scorch, especially with melting chocolate or tempering chocolate. You don't want to get any moisture Leave them in the molds, frozen until you're ready to serve if you're doing it for a large gathering. Okay, so ahead of time, leave them in the freezer, and like the recipe says, peel away the silicone mold. That's why I don't like using hard plastic chocolate molds for this. Other applications, yes, they're great, but for this is a very delicate shell because you got all that Kataifi in there that's weighing against the sides and the tops. And you don't want to put too much pressure. So any flashing, which is extra chocolate from the mold, just break off when it's frozen, and there it is. Ah yes, look how beautiful. Play weird saxophone music now. So you have all these different designs. We have so many different molds. Like I said, this is a base recipe for the way I like to do it. We've done a white chocolate ganache one. There's our beautiful reveal. Look at that color. Look how much Kataifi is there. Look at the even wall structure of the chocolate bar. Perfect. I hope you really had fun this year and with this recipe. Remember, you can always DM me if you need help with the recipe or you need other recipes within a reasonable time frame, that is.